The truth about cutting at 14. So, you've decided to go on a cut as a teenager, whether that would be from social pressure and getting laughed at or not liking what you see in the mirror. You should know the truth about what you're getting yourself into. As someone who was obese and looked like this, and has cut down 10 kilograms to looking like this, I started my cut at 13 years old, and now, at 14, I can confidently say that there were a lot of things that I wish I knew before I started. When I first started cutting, I thought it was simple: eat less, train hard, get lean. That was the whole goal in my head. I didn't think about anything else that would come with it. I didn't think about how much space it would take up in my mind. Because cutting isn't just about losing body fat, it's about constantly thinking about food. It's waking up, and the first thing you think about is your weight. It's looking in the mirror and analyzing every detail. It's asking yourself if you look leaner than yesterday. They show the before and after. They show the six pack. They show the lighting. But what they don't show is the overthinking. They don't show the moments you question if you're doing too much. Cutting changes the way you see food. It changes the way you see yourself. And if you're not careful, it can change your mood, your focus, even how you act around other people. And I'm gonna go deeper on that later on in the video. So yeah, you lose fat, but that's only one part of it. The real battle isn't physical, it's mental. One of the biggest things I didn't expect was how much my energy would change. When you're 14, you're supposed to have energy all the time. You're still growing, you're in school every day, you're training, you're around friends. But when you're in a caloric deficit, even more so when you're going more aggressive than you should have, that all changes. There were days where I woke up already feeling tired, not just sleepy, just drained. And then you have to sit in school for hours, trying to focus and trying to care about what's being taught. And sometimes your brain just feels slower. It's harder to concentrate, harder to stay patient. Even small things start to annoy you more than they should. Your friends that used to make you laugh now just get you annoyed and make you mad. And I really didn't expect that part. I thought cutting would just affect my body. I didn't think about how it would affect my mood. There were days I felt more serious, more quiet, less social. Not because I wanted to, but because I just didn't have the same energy. And when you're young, relationships matter, friends matter, being present matters. And if your calories are too low for too long, you start living in your head more than in the moment. And that's something I wish I understood earlier. So if you're thinking about cutting at 14, as I am, understand it's not just physical exhaustion. It can affect how you show up at school, how you act around friends, even how you feel about yourself. And if you do decide to do it, you have to be honest with yourself about how it's affecting you. Something I really didn't expect was how much cutting would affect my social life. Because at 14, almost everything revolves around food. After school, your friends grab something to eat. On weekends, someone suggests going out. Even just hanging around somewhere, there's usually food involved. And when you're cutting, that changes the way you see those situations. Even right now, I cook my own meals. I weigh everything, making sure it fits my calories. I think if I go out right now, I either have to say no or sit there watching everyone else eat whatever they want. And sometimes it's easier just to say no and stay at home. Not because you don't like your friends, not because you don't want to be there, but because you don't want to deal with the temptations or the questions. Why aren't you eating? Just have some. It won't matter. And you start feeling different. You're the only one thinking about calories. The only one thinking about protein. The only one thinking about whether this will affect tomorrow's weigh-in. and that can feel isolating. There are moments where I'm sitting alone, eating chicken, eating rice, while knowing my friends are out somewhere, eating burgers, enjoying themselves. And in those moments, you feel disciplined, but you also feel separated. But the thing that keeps you going is knowing that in the end, it's going to be worth it. So, after everything I've said, would I actually recommend cutting at 14? Honestly, yes. If you're overweight, if you're unhealthy, if you genuinely need to lose fat for your health and confidence, then yes, it can absolutely be worth it. Losing 10 kilograms has changed my life. I move better, I feel lighter, I feel more confident, and I'm more disciplined. And I won't pretend like that doesn't matter. But here's the part that matters more. You have to do it right. Not aggressive, not starving yourself, not trying to get stage lean at 14. Be in a moderate deficit, 500 calories below maintenance, and enough protein, enough food to still function in school, and enough energy to still be yourself. Fat loss should improve your life, not shrink it. And at 14, your body is still growing, your hormones are still developing, your brain is still developing. So the goal shouldn't be as lean as possible. The goal should be healthier than yesterday. If you're obese and you need to lose weight, do it. But do it patiently. Do it with balance. Do it without losing yourself in the process. The thing I want to tell everyone here, be patient. My transformation from obese to being around 15% body fat took me a whole year. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that year wasn't just cutting. I failed the cut a few times. I started bulking to gain strength, but the cutting itself took very, very long. I needed to be patient, and as you can see, I'm still going and still going strong. And so if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for the next video on my 2-year transformation journey to get a crazy physique by 16 years old and documenting my journey on getting it. Bye.